39. Give or take.
Well, we met on the set of A Hard Day's Night when George and the others were filming it, and I was chosen to play the part of a schoolgirl by Dick Lester and Walter Shenton.
Good old Dick Lester and Walter Shenton.
Yes.
Well, I've never been for Ram, and take it up from there. What happened then? Well, actually, I... While we were making Hard Day's Night. And he said, surprise.
Oh, I thought he was joking. I thought, oh, poor boy, he doesn't really think.
Sorry, miss, you mustn't fraternise with meat prisoners.
Prisoners?
Many people over the years have written great songs about Patty, as we know, and let's get to George first. He wrote Something in the Way She Moves, and which was absolutely a lovely song, and I saw Paul McCartney the other night. He did a lovely tribute to the song, and a beautiful version of it at the Albert Hall.
Did he?
Yeah, and Paul's in good form, and he sent you his love.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let's hear something.
I started modelling when I was about 18, 19, and occasionally I would do some TV commercials.
Dick Lester.
Who I'd done a commercial with. And so I imagined this is what the interview was all about. But it wasn't. It was to get, in fact, I got the part of a schoolgirl in the Beatles' first film, Hard Day's Night.
And that's when you first met George?
That's when I first met George. 3 girls, including lightly introduced themselves as if we didn't know who they were.
Oh, right.
The end of filming, we were filming all day long, the train stopped at Paddington Station, and he said, "Oh, will you come out with me tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't, because I've got a boyfriend. Come to join us."
Not with
George, he said, "How's your boyfriend?" And I said, "Well, he isn't my boyfriend any longer." And so he said, "Oh, good, let's go out tonight." And that was it. So we were together for 10 years. I wrote that seriously beautiful song.
The wedding. Now, this is the Epsom Registry Office in Surrey. Can you tell us who was there and what you were wearing?
George and I both wearing Mary Quant coats, because it was very cold, and she made me a red fox fur, which is unthinkable now, but anyway, and George a black Mongolian lamb, same thing. I mean, we wouldn't dream of wearing them now. But that's what we were wearing, and my family were there, and George's family, and Brian Epstein, and Paul McCartney.
Whose role was important?
He was the best man.
When you think we're making a special celebration programme called I Was There, you're marrying George Harrison, and Paul McCartney is your best man.
Couldn't have picked a better one, could I? Actually, George picked him, yeah. I know, wonderful. So glamorous. It's such a great to think about it now.
I'll ask you a bit about the celebrity maelstrom, but just in terms of understanding these 2 men, maybe the 4 men, many of us who go to weddings, it's great when you see men who really love each other, you know. I'm not talking about anything other than just the relationship between the groom and his best mate.
Yeah.
And Paul McCartney's reflected that they weren't brothers, the 4, but they felt like brothers. And what did you think of the bond between George and Paul and the bond between all 4?
Do you know, I thought it was a very strong bond, and it's almost as if they were related in some way. And their presence together was extremely powerful. I mean, I could feel it. You know, because they had a unique way of speaking to each other that was either in a Liverpool accent that I didn't understand, or they had their own way of talking and communicating with each other. And it wouldn't matter who else was in the room. Not everyone would understand what the 4 of them was saying.